Alright, welcome back to Lua for Beginners, and today we're going to go over Boolean math. So Boolean math is a way for us to evaluate multiple conditions on the same line. So if I wanted to see if something was 5 and another thing was 6, then I could use Boolean math to accomplish that. So let's take a look. So if I bring up two variables, apple, it was 5, and banana is 6, and I wanted to do something only if apple was 5 and banana was 6, then we could write it out pretty much in English. So just type if apple, and this is the only non-English part pretty much, equals with two equals signs. Remember that's our equality operator. 5 and, just use the word and, banana, equality operator, two equal signs, 6, then, and then this is just like our normal if and else function. We'll put something in here. Print. Apple is 5 and bananas is 6. Just like that. And then we'll give it an else. Apple is, and then we'll do some concatenation here. Apple. Remember, that's just putting the value of apple in this string as text. And banana is, and we'll concatenate banana in there. Okay, and then we end it all with an end. And you can see that this pretty much comes into English. It reads very similar to English would, which is one of the great things about Lua, is it's very understandable even to a beginner. So let's run this code and see what happens. There you go. Apple is 5 and banana is 6. So if we change just one of these values, like if we change apple to 8, remember this will not be true anymore. So we'll see apple is 8 and banana is 6. That's because this is being run rather than this. Even though banana is 6, since these both need to be true, then it is not going to run the code below it. So a little bit about this Boolean math is it works quite a lot like actual math. You can use parentheses to evaluate things normally as if you were doing normal math. And the nice thing about Boolean math, especially in languages like Lua, is that it really does read like English. So if we wanted to do something really, really long and complex, we could pretty much just write it out. So, just for example, we could do something like if apple is 5, we'll probably need a third variable here. Let's do caret. Keep with the alphabetical thing. We'll do this, make that 8, and we'll put apple back to 5, just like that. If apple is 5 and banana is 6, we can put that into parentheses. That way, this all turns into one thing. It turns into one true or false. So we can take this away. If we wanted to simplify this, we could take it away and just replace it like this. But we're not going to because these are variables. They might not always be 5, might not always be 6. And here we're going to use the OR operator. So after this, we'll put OR. And it does exactly what you think it would do. If this is true, or caret is 8, then we'll put an end here. Print, it worked. And we'll comment out all of this, just like that. And you'll see I only have one equal sign here. That was a mistake. All right, so reading this in English, we just see that if apple is 5 and banana is 6, or carrot is 8, then it's going to print out it worked. So let's just run that real quick, see what happens. We see it worked. Now, the reason these parentheses are here is because the way this works is this will only pass to this code if both of these are true at the same time, or this one is true. So this one doesn't need to be true every time, and this one doesn't need to be true every time. Only one of the two, because there's an or here. So let's demonstrate that. But this is a 7. That way this is now false. Carrot is no longer 8, but it will still run. You see, it worked because of the or. All right, so let's put that back to 8. And now let's demonstrate that if I change one of these, see here, to 7 just like that, it'll still run as well. Actually, it won't, because I forgot to change carrot back to 8. There we go. So you can see either one of these sides needs to be true, but not both of them. They don't need to both be true, but if they're both true, it'll still work. The only time it won't work is if both of them are false, like I did by accident. When I had carrot as 7, this was false, and this was also false. So it works like normal math. You can put parentheses around it to make it more important, to make those things go together. You can use or, you can use and there's a third thing called not. Not is the equivalent of a negative sign. So if true is 5, then not true is -5. But really it's just false. So true is true, not true is false, false is false, not false is true. It just flips the sign. So what if we wanted to do something like not right here? So we wanted to make sure that apple wasn't 5 and banana wasn't 6 at the same time. We could do that with the tilde like this. We could do it just like that, but that's additional typing and it's more places, it's more room for mistakes. So if you just put it in one place, then that's a lot better. So this will run, let's just read it out in English here. This will run if these are both not true at the same time, or this is true. So first let's have it run. Right now it should just run because carrot is 8. Oops. Now let's change carrot back to 7. Let's change apple back to 5, and you'll see apple is 5 and banana is 6, which means that this, because it's not, will be false. So we're doing false or false, which means it just won't run. Just like that. All right, so that was a quick episode on Boolean math. It's pretty useful for making decisions. You'll find that a lot of programming is making decisions like this. So I will see you in the next episode.